Hello, this is Dr. Emre Karadeniz, hair transplant surgeon from AEK Hair Clinic, Turkey. I'm going to talk about a treatment called platelet-rich plasma, known as PRP. Now, what is PRP? PRP is a treatment prepared from one's own blood. So a blood sample is taken, centrifuged using a special kit, to get a special concentrate in a small volume that contains a high concentration of platelets. Now, and then it's injected into the human body for various, purposes. Now, why is this done? Because it's known that within the platelets there's a high concentration of growth factors and stimulators. And this has been used traditionally in various fields of medicine. For instance, orthopedic surgery, or in the cranial bones, etc. And it has been proven to have some benefits. But the benefits found are generally related to when it's used in tissues where there's poor supplies of blood or a lack of growth factors, like let's say the knee joint, or when there's a, let's say, bone defect on the cranium. So there's poor growth factors, and so this is enhanced using a PRP therapy. Now, it's frequently being used in combination with hair transplants and for various situations about hair loss, but this is a controversial topic. So what are the scientific, let's say, current status of PRP in hair loss? First of all, there are no proven data showing that PRP prevents male pattern hair loss. So don't make a mistake by thinking that PRP can be an alternative for the traditional medical treatments such as finasteride and minoxidil to prevent male pattern hair loss. It's not. Secondly, when it's used in combination with a hair transplant, it's being used sometimes mixed. It's sprayed over the grafts, or it's injected into the donor area, some injected in the recipient area, etc. But the theory behind this is kind of a little bit shaky, you have to understand, because first of all, the scalp is very rich of blood flow, and there's no lack of growth factors whatsoever. Now, the general thing about supplements, growth factors, and vitamins is that taking an excess amount of these usually don't help the body. So, since there's no lack of growth factors in the scalp, it's, in my opinion, quite unlikely that it's going to help in wound healing or growth at all. And there's no scientific data proving this either yet. The other thing about PRP is that its half-life is very short. Half-life means when you introduce this into the tissue, its effect disappears very quickly, within hours. So this means if PRP did have, benefits, you would have to keep injecting this very frequently within days, and that's practically not possible. So you can't expect to inject PRP and hope it improves growth or healing for 6 months. So that's another problem related to PRP. Now, why is PRP so commonly used and heard of? Now, unfortunately, most of those reasons are not scientific. Preparing PRP by taking a blood sample from the patient and then centrifuging it and preparing this PRP using a kit is not very costly for the clinic. So selling this treatment is actually very profitable. And so a lot of clinics are kind of very interested in making this profit, which I understand. The other thing is that, and this is very frequent in the practice of hair surgery in Turkey, is that they introduce PRP to increase the sales of hair transplants indirectly. So they'll tell you, we do PRP for free if you have a hair transplant at our clinic. Now, one of the problems here is 99% of the time, this PRP is fake. That means, since it's impossible for the patient to really figure out whether this PRP was prepared properly, and so there's a high concentration of platelets, clinics use fake PRP. Some of them just inject water. Some of them inject water mixed with some antiseptic that looks like PRP. So they even do this. Or others will just take your blood, centrifuge it without using the kit, which is the real cost of preparing PRP. So just centrifuge it and then just take a concentrate, which is not actually true PRP, and just inject that blood back into your tissues and claim they do PRP. So you have to be aware that most of these offers of PRP, which are free, these are not PRP. In fact, they can be PPP, which is platelet poor plasma. Because if there's not a certain amount of platelets in the concentrate, then it's not called platelet rich plasma, but it's called platelet poor plasma. And scientific studies show that platelet poor plasma actually makes wound healing worse. So it's even harmful than not doing anything. So you have to think about all these considerations when looking at PRP. Let's summarize. 1. PRP does not have any proven benefits in preventing male pattern hair loss. 2. PRP is not an alternative to traditional hair loss treatments, traditional medicine. 3. The scalp has a very rich blood flow and is very rich of growth factors. So there's no need for extra growth factors. Therefore, it's doubtful whether injecting growth factors is going to help growth or healing in any way. And 4, these offers of free PRP are mostly fake. So I hope this video regarding the truths of PRP have been helpful, and thank you for watching this. I hope to see you in the next educational video. Goodbye for now.